The device is surgically placed under the skin right behind the ear. It then captures sound through an external microphone, which is processed into digital signals. These signals are then sent to the implant's internal part, where they're converted into electrical impulses that stimulate electrodes along the cochlea. These electrodes send pulses to the auditory nerve fibers, allowing the brain to interpret them as sound. A man fell into a hot spring at Yellowstone Park in 2016. The extremely hot water caused severe burns as soon as he fell in, but the water also contains acid, which immediately began to eat away at his skin. After 5 minutes, the heat would have caused him to go into shock. When he was found later that day, he was pronounced dead, but the water was still too hot to reach him, so his body was left until it cooled. By this point, the acid and heat had completely caused his body to dissolve, leaving nothing but his wallet and shoes. When astronauts poop in space, they use a special toilet that uses airflow rather than water. First, they position themselves carefully over the small opening and use toe straps to hold them in place. The airflow sucks their poop into a storage container, while a separate vacuum system collects their pee. Then, the poop is vacuum sealed and stored for disposal until it can be burned up when entering the atmosphere. A ship was suddenly rammed by a massive sperm whale in 1820. The whale struck it twice, causing catastrophic damage to the hull, and within hours the ship began to sink. The crew abandoned the vessel, leaving in small boats. For months, they drifted in the open ocean, battling starvation, dehydration, and exposure. After weeks alone, they resorted to cannibalism to survive. Eventually, after 90 days adrift, only 8 of the 20 crew members were rescued. If you shot at a World War II helmet, most people think it would stop the bullet. But these helmets were made of steel and were designed to protect against shrapnel and debris. Now, if the bullet was shot at a certain angle, the helmet could deflect it under the right circumstances. However, direct hits would almost always just go right through. A man was heating his lava lamp on a stove in 2004, but the heat was too intense and caused the lamp to explode violently. This shot out shards of glass in all directions, and one piece actually penetrated the man's heart. But he was alone and couldn't call for help. The wound caused rapid blood loss and severe trauma, and by the time EMS arrived, it was too late.